Hello, and welcome to what will be my third playthrough of Elden Ring. My first playthrough, I quit at Millennia because I was busy as well. And then my second actually beat the game. It was a good time. But now, with the DLC coming out in what should be about 3 months if it's not delayed, I figured I should start a new character because there's a certain, jumping back into a level 155 character just feels off. And I don't have any interest in going New Game Plus necessarily, so I'd need to make a new character. And I'm doing it here because I think it's fun. I'm not sure what I want to choose. It's either going to be Wretch. The choice doesn't really matter much. Wretch I kind of like because just the flat stats being all consistent is kind of nice. Sure. Let's go old. This stuff doesn't matter. Yeah, because I think everything else has positives and negatives. And they're all higher level to start. So I kind of prefer this. I don't know why anything else would be chosen. And let's start with that. I don't know. I'm not going to spend much time doing this because it's not really going to be seen. So just doing this for a little while to get a random face. And can I get a random body? No, I can't. That's better. I kind of hate the hair. I want weird hair. Oh, body hair. Whoops. Is this gonna be... Why is it so slow? I don't never change these. I kind of like how weird that looks. Okay. And then that's that. I guess I have to change hair color here. I just want a weird hair color because it's just kind of... It's not going to be seen. They're going to be wearing a helmet. I don't really know why I'm doing it this way, but... Time to get right into it. My goal will be to mostly... I'm not going to finish the game probably before the DLC. That's not going to be my goal. But I'm not going to go for anywhere near 100%. There are some quests that I'm going to follow. I am finally going to follow whatever guides exist for the Gold Mask quest. I've never finished it, so I really should try to. But I'm mostly just going to try to get to at least post Fire Giant by the time it releases. Because I think that seems fitting, because it's post Mog the Omen, or just Mog, I believe. Who is one of the harder bosses in my experience. Yeah. I just feel like I have to let this play as I go, but it's a fun world. I will absolutely do Ranni's quest, but I will not do Ranni's ending. Because the plan initially now is to go for Strength Int. Because my first playthrough was Dex Int, second playthrough was Strength Faith. And I just always resort to... And I want to go Int because I never really made good use of it. It will probably eventually become Moonlight Greatsword, or whatever it's called in this game. Really not looking forward to Millennia fight again, though.
A war leading to abandonment by the greater will.
Because Millennia's not a great fight. Because there's only one attack that's actually that dangerous.
Rise now, ye tarnished, ye dead who yet live.
There's so many parts that I dislike that are specific.
The call of long lost grace speaks to us all.
I like this intro though, it's very fun. Listing names.
Horalu, chieftain of the Badlands, the ever-brilliant Gold Mask, Fear, the deathbed companion,
She's a weird character.
the loathsome dung-eater, and Sir Gideon Ofnir, the all-knowing.
He doesn't know enough. Oh, Horalu though, such a good boss fight. One of the better bosses. It only took a few tries in my last playthrough though, so I didn't really experience it.
And one other, whom grace would again bless.
Is this implying they were blessed in the past? I didn't pay attention to that previously.
Tarnished of no renown.
It's like they were a nobody, but they got re-graced.
Cross the fog to the lands between,
It's kind of neat.
to stand before the Elden Ring, and become the Elden Lord.
It's funny because with Goldmask's quest, I don't know if it's a meaningfully different ending, but it's a much more faith theming. Oh god, I don't remember how to play this game. How do I oh yeah, it's YRB? Yes. Coming from just playing, oh god, the buttons are different. Coming from just playing Dark Souls 2, where A is not jump, it's interact with stuff. And you press Y to two-hand, it's gonna take a bit to get, see? It's gonna take a bit to get used to. I love having an actual jump button though. It's gonna be so nice. Oh, this bit, there's a quest that brings you back here later for the hawk. It's not, I don't really know if it's a quest, but I think the game was really fun when I first played it. It's still great, but the first time I went through, I was like, I won't worry too much about all the quests and stuff. And there's that one guy who's very rude to you, and it's like a noble, but he's not really. Can't remember his name. Very forgettable. I killed him when I found him because he was being rude. And I'm like, I'm not going to finish this quest anyway. It was great. It was a wonderful time. I don't know why I'm exploring. I know that there's basically nothing here. And if there is anything, it's not actual value. That camera. None of these games really have good cameras. Oh, fall damage would be bad, actually. I'm going to die to this thing. I'm going to try once, but I'm probably going to die. Where does it come from? The ground? No. Yeah, that scream did a bunch of damage. I don't know how to actually... Okay. I don't know how to actually fight these guys. Even late game, they're awful to fight. I hate that it's just a black screen though. Because it makes it feel like the game kind of crashed a little. But it doesn't. It's just hand waving how you get here, which, like, there's no reason not to, but... think on my first playthrough I totally missed meeting Ranny to get the bell.
Don't worry, Torrent. Fortune is on his side.
And like it took a while before I actually got Torrent.
We found him here, after all.
It's very weird. Like I didn't go to Graces enough.
One of his kind is sure to seek the Elden Ring. Even if it does violate the Golden Order.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I kind of feel like I always just have to let these sorts of scenes play, though. Yeah. I'm going to try to get every boss. I should get a list of all the bosses. Including bosses in caves that are actually interesting. If I might miss, like, single crystal monster area, but... Okay, I'm gonna misdrink this several times. Actually, no, it's the same button. I am gonna go through this because there is technically an enemy down here that is sort of its own boss, and there's a very real chance I might die. Oh yeah, fall damage in this game is so janky. Oh, fall damage in this game is so bad. I really... Oh, this is going to take a bit of getting used to. Oh, it's going to take a bit. So, just while this easy stuff is going, I'm going to sort of try to establish what I'm going to aim for. I'm probably not going to actually maintain my original plan. Oh, but being able to actually roll diagonally, wonderful. Like, I can roll diagonally here, whereas in Dark Souls 1 and I think 2, if you're locked on, you can only go sideways, backwards, and forwards. So like the best you can do is sort of go forwards and push off their body in an attempt to go to the side a little. But in this game, you can just sort of whoop. You can more easily control rolling past them when you're locked on. In the other games, you can, if you're not locked on, you can just aim your roll differently, but... So yeah, but my goal will be to... I'm going to try to minimize jump attack spam, because it's too effective in my experience. Like, my last playthrough was just jump attack spamming with Faith Int great swords. The only variety was switching to a ultra great sword. And that's it. Like, it's not very interesting to do that, in my opinion. But against some bosses, I will probably rely on that. It's weird coming back from, like, Dark Souls 2, where you can't just circle like this, because they actually spin quickly enough. Whereas in this game, you can run them in circles. But yeah, I'm going to try to avoid doing that for every single enemy. Though I guess strong attack is better for this. It just gets kind of every enemy you encounter just... I got turned around. Every enemy you encounter is resolved by jump attacking because it does too much damage for how quickly it comes out. Like, because if you jump attack, you whoop, you miss, but that's because I'm bad. And I'm not locking on. But if I locked on, jump attack, it just kills it in one hit. It does more damage than this, and it's quicker than a strong attack. So it's just the best option always. See, that roll would have been impossible in Dark Souls 2, because I wouldn't have been able to roll at an angle. I could have only rolled straight back. I really hate this weapon. It just swings 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't have anything to make it unique. whatever. Yeah, tutorial cave is straightforward. I feel like I have to do it because it has a like boss bar at the end. Yeah, my goal will be that. I will maybe try not to rely on dual wielding weapons. I will that's one that I will almost certainly fail to maintain. At least until I have the Moonlight Greatsword. Whatever it's named in this game. Because until I have that, I'll probably resort to the usual two weapons. Because it just hits better, in my experience. It's just better damage. Because stamina in this game is significantly less of an issue compared to like Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 2, power stancing is pretty bad from a practical perspective. Again, wrong button. Whereas in this game, the equivalent of power stancing is super, like, it's just free damage basically. Ooh, okay, well, I don't know what attack that was. That was just bad play, but... Ooh. And this game is way easier to heal than Dark Souls 2. Because you sip a lot quicker, you can move while you're sipping. Way easier game. I think it has harder bosses than Dark Souls 2. I could just have gotten better, having gone through Dark Souls 1 and 2. Since... I don't care. The item doesn't matter. The wrong button again, because it's A and Y. Switching. I don't think the item there matters. If I remember, I might go back for it. But... Okay, Y. It's gonna take a while to get used to. I really hate it. I don't like the gargoyle key system. Because, I mean, it's totally fine. There's no actual issue. I just don't love it. Can I get a level? No, because I haven't met, our maiden replacement. Our fake maiden. I'm not gonna fight... Oh, I ignited the Grace, but I didn't actually rest, so I'm not at full flask. Or, yeah, flask. Estus, but... I can just rest here, and it won't be an issue. I'm not gonna fight the knight over there. Somehow in my first playthrough, I never actually met that knight. I just ran right past it without noticing. Oh yeah, I can't level anyway, but I did rest. I don't need FP. Allocate. Yes. I'm not gonna kill him. He's quest relevant. There might be ways around it, but...
Oh yes. Tarnished, are we? Come to the lands between for the Elden Ring? Of course you have. Unfortunately for you, however, you are maidenless. Without guidance, without the strength of runes, and without an invitation to the round table hold, you are fated, it seems, to die in obscurity.
So yeah. Random list. I need to check a list of weapons. I'm not going to hunt for specific weapons. I'm just going to play the game mostly. But if there's weapons I'm like, oh, that would be fun, I might be like, okay, I'll aim towards that while doing other stuff. So I will fight that dragon relatively early, but not right away. Mostly because I don't want to fight it with like a basic club like this. It might not be too bad, but it just feels wrong. I'll make one attempt on the knight. And if I die, or if I almost die, I will leave. Because it just has a lot of HP. I think I could do it with patience, but I don't want to be patient. Okay. Because, like, that's not enough damage for it to be worth the time. Oh, stamina in this game is so quick. What is this game? None of those attempts to hit me hit. I mean, I am spam rolling there. Oh, the stamina regen in this game is crazy fast. What the? I can't... Like... Wow. You can just spam roll and you regen super quick. It's been like a year? Like the last time I played according to Steam was in May? But... Oof. But coming back from Dark Souls 1 and 2... Stamina is really crazy. I might try to jump attack him. Yeah. How much better it is. 82 every hit. I don't miss how ADP worked in Dark Souls 2 at all yet. I probably need to be full HP. I mean, I said I wasn't even going to try, but at this point, I will make this one attempt a proper attempt. That was just bad. Yeah, it's done. Unless this heals me to full, I'm out. Yeah, it's not full enough. Bye. I don't have the patience to actually play it safe enough, and he's not even halfway dead and I'm out of Estus. But it's so weird coming back from like Dark Souls 2. Like, it's actually wild how quickly stamina regens. I also wouldn't even use the weapon he drops because it's faith-based. Yeah, Ronnie's not here yet. I have to talk to him to unlock crafting.
I can see it, and I can also see that you're not after my throat. Then why not purchase a little something? I am Carly, purveyor of fine goods.
I'll just purchase a crafting kit. I should buy the cracked pots eventually in the recipes just for collection's sake. But that's it.
I am selling wares. The land has its own time. Let's say
Okay, bye.
goodbye.
Okay, okay. Again, wrong button. This whole episode will be a process of relearning the specific inputs that are no longer muscle memory. Oh, how do you interact with something? Well, it used to be A, but now it's back to Y. I am absolutely going to try to abuse the Dragon Bleed strategy. Once I can. These guys are not going to be fun. Because will it make the game easier? Yes. Do I just really dislike being low level? Yes. Mostly because it severely restricts options. I hate these enemies. They just move around so much. I'm out. Bye. It's not worth it. If I can't one-shot them, they take too long to kill because they move around too much. Wasting time. Ooh. Grab that. Some point... Yeah, sometime Ronnie or... Oh, I genuinely can't remember the woman's name. Oh, I can't remember her name. It's been a year. Can't remember the character's name. I mean, these enemies are kind of a little bit too easy. to backstab. Map. I need to go to this because that's where the map pieces are. I think that's actually... wrong button again. A great system. Having it so that even if you don't... like, you can always find the map pieces. You might not have the most direct route there, but you always know the intended, like, location. And sometimes you can't get to it because it's up a cliff that you can't get above and stuff like that, but it's very fun. And it's a much more interesting system than like, oh, mark this thing on a map, climb it. Actually, that's kind of interesting. That backstab seemed a little off, but I do kind of prefer easier backstabs to backstabs where like you almost get a backstab and then it doesn't trigger. Like Dark Souls 2's backstabs are a little bit inconsistent in a way that makes them frustrating at times. That camera was weird compared to what I think I'm used to from Dark Souls 2. Yeah, backstabs in this game. Ooh, they're so easy. That was too early. Yep. The one thing backstab related with this game that I think is great is the whole like sneaking mechanic. I think that was a great addition to make sneaking up behind enemies to stab them in the back more consistent. Because in Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, it's not consistent. Like, you have to run up behind them. You have to hope they don't notice you before you get into the right range. You have to get close enough for it to actually be a backstab while not alerting them. And that's the relative challenge. Like, that's too easy, though. Okay, wait a second. Strong attack. I like chargeable strong attacks. I think Dark Souls 1, 2, I don't remember if 3 has chargeable, but 1 and 2 do not have chargeable strong attacks. Or if they do, it's on specific weapons only. I don't think I can wield that. I would absolutely use it. I need 16 strength. I have 10, so I need at least 1 point into strength before I can use it. Assuming it's the usual 1.5x multiplier, I cannot remember. Did I even grab the fragment? I did not. Ah, Limgrave. Forgot that name. But I can literally take my hand off the controller because I don't even need to be able to aim. Like, I have to push the button to attack, but... 1, 2... Yeah, stamina in this game is kind of a mess, I think. I think it's because the weapon's super light and all that, but... Whoop. I was hoping I could hop over him. Yeah, it's weird to be back at a game that actually has consistent backstabs. It kind of weirds me out. Yeah. I should really try and use a shield. I've never even tried the counter-attack thing where you block and then you attack. Never tried it. I just don't like shields aesthetically. Like, gameplay aesthetic, not visual aesthetic. Gameplay aesthetic feels like a weird way to put it, but... 18 dex. Wow. Oh. A new weapon. That is definitely better for now. I'll have to get used to that again. I should not fight that knight until I kill the other guys first. There's gonna be a lot of stuff to do. Yeah. Not the biggest fan of its attack style, but... Oops, I held it for too long. Ooh, that actually killed him in one hit. Nice. Spin around. Backstab. Nope. Oh, I have such a roll distance that I'm not used to either. Because I'm not wearing any armor. And this game has a much... oh, that was lucky. For him to time it perfectly so I didn't have time to dodge. Every little hop you see. Every little hop like that kills me a little inside. Just the tiniest bit though. Then I'm like, oh, oops. That was meant to be an interact. Oh. Interesting little chest. Oops. Dog. I want to separate him from his dog. That was a backstab. I've never seen that in this game. Okay. His torch is really quick. Now I have to kill the dog, and then I can go kill the central knight guy. Oh yeah, there's a downstairs. Nice. Come here, dog. That shouldn't have hit. That shouldn't have hit. This game is pretty silly. Ooh, backstab. Nope. Don't need it, but... This game's gonna be very slow. Because I'm not gonna even try to fight the, let's say first boss. That felt a little weird. Reasonable, but weird. The speed with which he got spun around to block the attack. I prefer the other backstab from my other weapon. What is square off? I actually have no idea what it does. Oh, it's that. It's one of those that might be able to parry, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it's just like that type of stuff. Yeah, I shouldn't use that. I should just be boring. Every time. Every time. Spin. Backstab fishing's kind of boring, but it's early game. Oh yeah, you heal. That's one of the good mechanics. Great mechanic in this game. That is appropriate for the open world setup. And would make it much easier to play the game without needing to rest all the time. Oh, it took me forever to learn that you can just fast travel from here. You don't have to go to a grace to fast travel. I just assumed you had to when I first played. And I wasted a lot of time with that. This isn't the trap, right? The trap is in the water. Because I want to find the trap to... Oh, actually, I really need that for upgrading, right? The trap to the east, I don't know what the name of it is. I can't remember for some reason. That trap is pretty valuable to get, like, early exploration over that way. Don't want to go there until I actually have Torrent, though. Also, that grace is way too close to this grace. It's pretty funny to me. I should be able to level up and get at least 1 or 2 levels. Covered in blood. Is it gonna be? It's not Mikola. It's not Millennia, it's not Mikola. It does start with an M though.
Greetings, traveler from beyond the fog. I am Melina.
Melina. I actually don't even remember that.
I offer you an accord.
Oh yeah.
Third of the finger maidens.
I just remembered something.
They serve the two fingers, offering guidance and aid to the tarnished. But you, I am afraid, are maidenless. I can play the role of maiden, turning runes into strength, to aid you in your search for the Elden Ring. You need only take me with you to the foot of the Erd Tree. Then it's settled. Summon me by grace to turn runes into strength. Ah, another matter. I bequeath to you this ring.
Warrant.
Use it to traverse great distances. It will summon a spectral steed named Torrent. Torrent has chosen you. Treat him with respect. Shall I turn you? Let my share them with me.
Yeah, it's all the same.
Your thoughts, your ambitions.
I'll go to a few points here. Because strength int, I will level vigor this game. In Dark Souls 2, I did not level vigor at all, and it wasn't even that bad. Like, there's a few enemies that were probably harder because of it, but it wasn't very bad there, whereas I know for a fact I will regret not leveling vigor in this game. So I want up to be Torrent. Come on, where are you? Okay, what are the buttons? This button to dash, swing, jump. Okay, that's fine. I hop off, which is this? No. This? No. No, how do I just do that again? Is that the only way to get off? I thought you could jump off. Am I thinking of, like, Legend of Zelda? I'm probably thinking of Legend of Zelda, jumping off of a horse into attacking with a weapon. Okay, I have a weapon. I will use it for a second, see how it goes. I should go kill this guy, if I can. Those birds on the left, they're not birds, they're bats. There's a lot of stuff in this game that I've never actually looked at the giant moon. I've seen, you know, the giant trees and stuff, but I've never actually noticed the giant moon. Where is this the trash bag? I heard a voice. Or is it the stealth guy? There's a stealth guy somewhere in bushes.
Yeah, you there. Stop pretending you can't see.
Is this guy? I've never actually found him legitimately.
What'd you go and do that for?
My first playthrough, I never met him. And my second playthrough, I had to use a guide to find him.
Oh, yes. I remember. Some clod turned me into a tree. You were just breaking the spell, weren't you? Thank you. The name's Bok.
I kind of like
I was
Bok.
pushed out of the cave. Told not to come back. Not ever. Then I ended up as a tree. Lucky you came along, really.
Do you have anything else to say, Bok?
Oh, when they threw me, and so this is all I hope
A mushroom. Oh, 10 mushrooms. That's a lot of mushrooms.
could sneak back into the... Then I'd be of... Right. My knees...
Cave on the shore. I guess I'll do that first. The enemy is kind of rough. Early, though. They're not a super... Oh, I forgot about the rollies. I forgot about them. I love the creatures. They're great. It's a lot of fun creatures. The stars. It's a very pretty game. That was mediocre. I don't ever actually use... I'm really bad at using Arts of War. when it isn't like just explicitly super strong. God, stamina's disgusting in this game. I should not be able to swing a greatsword that many times. Wow, this game is so different. Coming back from Dark Souls 2, where you can attack 3 times. At most 3 times with a greatsword. With like 25 points into endurance. Or vitality, whichever it's called. Like being able to attack like 6 times with 10 is crazy. It genuinely surprises me how many times I can attack there. Oh, what is this pointing at? That's where you fight the dragon. Oh, that's the death whatever. The night guy that spawn at night and you can kill to get items. And Bloodhound Step from a different one. Obviously specific ones drop specific items. My stamina didn't go down at all because it wasn't combat. This game is weird. I kind of like it, but... Oh, actually, I don't want to lose the dung beetle, but I want to fight this guy. He probably, like, 2-shots me. What was that? Oh god, this is janky. Okay, that's not too bad. It's not great, and I do not really want to commit to this fight any... Oh, no, I'm out. Bye. He'll take too long to kill, and I will probably die before I kill him, so... Yep. I got too used to games where the enemies are bad at tracking. No, they're good at tracking. They chase you forever. I just thought I could heal in time. Yeah, death. Okay, just pick up my stuff. And then continue exploring. Probably try to fight the dragon a few times. Oh. Fall damage. I was thinking about jumping down to where the dragon is, but I probably die? But the challenge is, there's a chance that I die, and there's a chance that I take 0 damage. It's so hard to judge whether a height is instant death, or if it will just be... Okay, I don't understand that. Like, I assume it goes eventually, and like it doesn't do anything worthwhile when you have no armor on, at least. Because I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be poise, but clearly not enough poise when I have no armor equipped. Yeah. There's someone down here. There's a dagger down below. Reduvia? Might be the name. I don't think it's even worth this effort. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attacks. Might have even been 7. I might not have started counting in time, but it's still wild the number of attacks I can do. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go there eventually, but I should go there after I kill the dragon to progress the hunter guy's quest, so that he actually spawns there. I'm not sure. Maybe I just have to talk to him. It's about time for me to wrap it up for today, though. Yeah, this has mostly just been my refamiliarization with this game. My plan will be to hopefully beat it before, or no, not beat it, get past, well actually probably post Crumbling Fair Missoula is the goal. I want to be done with that by the time the DLC releases. I'm not sure if I will do Millennia before that or not, because Millennia will probably take a few hours at least, despite the fact that I've already beaten her once. It's just such a... I'm not good at dodging waterfowl dance, and that's the only part of the fight that I think is bad, and I'm bad with. Did I pick up the item? Like, I think waterfowl dance is... I think the fact that waterfowl dance is the only really dangerous part makes Millennia a worse boss fight. Like, if she had another couple things going for... I might use that. Just because I never use axes. I hate how they feel. I don't like their movesets, but I should consider it 60 strength, though. It's not doable at all. I swing. But I think Millennia only having one hard attack makes it a bad fight. Because if she doesn't use that attack, it's a really easy fight. But if she uses that attack and you don't know how to dodge it, and I do not know how to dodge it consistently without playing incredibly safe. Like, if she doesn't use the attack, it's a very easy boss. You can win, and you can just beat her because you got lucky by not having her use the one attack that's dangerous. And that kind of, for me, spoils a victory if she only uses it once or twice. If she only uses it once per phase and you win because of that, it doesn't feel like as much of a win. I'm trying to look for a grace, because I'm going to wrap up when I find a grace. These enemies are really slow. Like, I'm comparing them to the mushroomy creatures in Dark Souls 2 that are a lot quicker than that and break your weapons and are kind of annoying. Like, I don't think there's a single mechanic in this game that by itself is annoying. It might not be fun always. There might be bosses that are obnoxious, but this is a fight. I shouldn't be doing a fight, but I will. Wrong button. Should have healed before I entered. Okay. Okay, he's super slow. I'm not used to this. Because I've never actually fought this variant early game. I actually don't know what to expect. Ooh, I didn't know he punched there. Oops. Except I need to not hit his head. I think that strong attack was worth it if I had actually, like, timed it better. I'm gonna die to a pumpkin head. I shouldn't die to a pumpkin head. These sound effects are pretty silly. Ooh, he missed. Okay, I actually didn't think that was going to be that much of a reach, but I was wrong. Yeah, that's an okay way to die. Not the best way to wrap up an episode, but I might not wrap it up there. I might try again. I love Stakes of America. Ooh, look at this. An item. I still have to go back to the crafting area for Ranny to give me the thing. I think this is better unlocked. There's a certain improvement to... Okay, that was iffy. Specifically it pulling me in front of him. That should not have happened. You also heal so much quicker in this game than in Dark Souls 2. Okay. The enemies have the same thing where they spin 180 super easily. So I think in this game you can actually spin a similar amount. Does the buff from Barbaric Roar only apply to the weapon that used it? Because I'm still hitting for 95 and that buff has long worn out. So let's just try that for a second. See if it only applies to itself. Oh wait, no, maybe it goes away if I unequip the weapon. Yes, it does. Okay, that's why. Ish. So that actually explains why it was pointless to do that. Though I assume if I had the strength to dual wield, that was so bad. I'm gonna die to the pumpkin head again. I shouldn't be dying to the pumpkin head at level 3. But it is good to recognize that the buff only applies when the weapon is out, which could mean if I swapped the great sword to this sword, it might be better. Then I can do how does... Oh, they're different weapon types, so you can't actually use both. But I'll just sort of see what happens if I, damage-wise, if I use... Oh, wait, I have to do this. Roar. And then unequip it and go here. I want to see if it applies to the weapon or not. I almost psyched myself out on the button to push. Okay. I didn't know he could swing this many times. Okay. 61. This is two-handed now. So I should not be... I just need to compare it. How much damage does it do now? 61. So it does not apply to a secondary weapon. I think this is also a better weapon to use, probably. So yeah, the Barbaric Roar seems to only apply to the weapon that uses it. Which is fine, mechanically. I actually think it's better mechanically to do that. But... Oh, that was just bad play. Oh, I'm dead. I got lucky. The extra input of... I got ruined by having to it complain about me not having the strength. It took more button presses than I was accounting for. I think I would have been fine if I didn't have to say, yes, I'm aware that I can't wield this one-handed. I am just going to keep doing this until this episode's over. It should have only taken one try because it's not a hard fight. But I did learn that... You know, it's important to learn. Knowing that the buff from the club does nothing. Again, that spin is wild. Knowing that the buff from the club doesn't apply to another weapon you're wielding. So I thought that was one of the things that was like, oh yeah, this is garbage. He has like a 14 hit combo there. Like only 7, but... Only 7 or so, but... Boy. Again, they spin so well. They really spin very effectively. Again, why does that pull me into his head? Like, why does him getting hit by the shockwave of his helmet smashing into the ground pull me in front of him? I mean, this is an easy fight. I'm just playing very badly until now. Well, not that I'm playing great right now, but it really did help not being locked on this guy for some reason. It was a huge benefit to not be locked on. Oh, it's her. I will actually need her, because intelligence, so.
Tarnished, are we? I wonder you should turn up here. I am Selen, a sorcerer, quite plainly. Why are you here? Ah, a yen for glintstone sorceries. I dare say your proclivities are far from ideal. Oh well, perhaps nurture will defy nature. With a bit of luck. But one must choose one's masters wisely. I was exiled from the Academy of Rea Lucaria. As a reviled, apostate witch, do you still wish to learn from me? Well, you are a piece of work. Very well. You are now my protege in glintstone sorcery. But I refuse to coddle, or cast kind words. Never. Anticipate grievances, young apprentice.
She's a weird character. I'm not gonna use any of these, probably. I'll probably buy them. Actually, I might buy that one for sure and use it. It's probably not the best, but it's a definite consideration. I don't think any of these are very useful. This is probably good early, but I'm more playing this from a melee perspective, as with every other installment in the series. So I'm not really going to play it as a intelligence or as a caster. Can I? Standard versus standard's just better right now. Until I can actually do stuff with that, I'm not going to bother. Before I forget, I need to go back here. I wanted to be finished almost 15 minutes ago, but I need to not forget to talk to Ranni.
May I have a word?
Because she's great. She'll give me a good greatsword.
A pleasure to meet thee, Tarnished. I am the witch Renna.
Renna.
I'd heard tell of
Renna.
a Tarnished hurtling about atop a spectral steed, and upon looking into the matter, the talk I surmise is of thee. Thou art possessed of the power, no? To call forth a spectral steed named Torrent.
I can.
As I had hoped, I was entrusted this for thee by Torrent's former master.
Yeah, I've never actually gotten this by talking to her here.
'Tis a bell for calling forth spirits. Summon them with it. From ash and return to the Erdtree, the spirits will obey thine command but briefly, as they recall battles past. Now it is thine, to do with as thou wishest.
It's a pretty weird interaction, because, like, it is Ranni, but I totally forgot that... Well, no, I didn't forget because I've never interacted with her here.
Forgive mine intrusion. I doubt we shall again. How long will it be before the Tarnished tire of a big...
Because, like, I've never seen her here, so I never knew that she faked her name. So it's just kind of weird that it's like, oh, Renna. Weird. That button. So, I'll wrap up the first episode talking to her, I guess. And leveling up.
This tiny golden aura is the grace of the Earth Tree. This light once shone in the eyes of your tarnished brethren, but now it is all that guides you. Or so I hear. You can see them, can't you? The rays of grace that guide you through your burden.
It's funny because there are none here.
Upon the cliff in Castle Stormvale is a shard bearer, a demigod, who inherited a fragment of the shattered Elden Ring.
Is she talking about Godric?
The rays of grace signal the castle, then the Elden Ring beckons you. As an ally by pact, I pray that you are fit to face the challenge presented by the ring. Upon the
Okay, same thing.
the rays and the Elden as an ally by I pray that you face the
Yeah, the only thing
Shall I turn
that I'm thinking about, my previous playthrough, I used the
your thoughts?
Dark Flame weapon thing. It made the first
You would
two bosses. It made Margot, the first one that shows up again. It made him way easier, and it made Godric super easy. I won't level anything to use it if I find it, but if I can just use it from the get-go, I will absolutely use and abuse it. Because it's very effective, even with bad weapons, because it does like percentage of their HP. I'm gonna get the strength up to the point where I can wield this without two-handing, just so that I can swap to it quicker. Like, I want to be able to swap without having to click an extra time. I will level strength more later, but once I get that up to 16, I'll start leveling vigor for a while. Because, I mean, this weapon will be enough for the first stretch. But next time, I will probably try to fight the dragon right here. I'll probably die a couple times. There's a grace nearby there that's a lot quicker to get to. I'll need to explore this. It's one of the prisons. I will also do my best to get to the Scarlet Rot zone via the chest quickly. It's either in here or somewhere further. I think it's in this area down here. I think there's a trap chest here that I'll go to. And then I'll kill the dragon with bleed and get a ton of souls, and then I won't have to worry about choosing weapons early game. I'll have more options to work with. Yeah. That was the start of what will probably be a pretty long series of episodes. It's going to take a while before I finish this game because there's a lot to do. And the best thing is, I can extend it by just exploring extra stuff instead of just going boss to boss. I can extend it until it gets to the DLC release. I can speed up, I can slow down. There's a lot of options. So, anyone watching, have a nice day. Bye-bye.